Hi, welcome to 504 Absolutely Essential Words. This is Teacher JR from Camglish.com. Today, we're on lesson 3 of the book and we are to look into some vocabularies that might be of help for your business or professional conversations or for future use. So let's have the first half of the 12 vocabularies for this episode. Let's start with our first vocabulary. Our first vocabulary is typical. 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 This is an adjective which means usual or of a kind. You can also say common. The sinister character in the movie wore a typical costume, a dark shirt, loud tie, and tight jacket. The horse ran its typical race, a slow start and a slower finish, and my uncle lost his wager. It was typical of the latecomer to conceal the real cause of his lateness. Typical. Now, our second vocabulary is minimum. 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 This could be a noun or an adjective, which means the least possible amount or the lowest amount, or simply the lowest. Studies show that adults need a minimum of 6 hours sleep. The minimum charge for a telephone, even if no calls are made, is about $30 a month. Congress has set a minimum wage for all workers. Minimum. Our third vocabulary is scarce. 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 This is an adjective which means hard to get or rare. Chairs that are older than 100 years are scarce. Because there is little moisture in the desert, trees are scarce. How scarce are good cooks? Scarce. Our fourth vocabulary is annual. 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 This could be a noun or an adjective, which means once a year, or something that appears yearly or lasts for a year, or simply means yearly. The annual convention of musicians takes place in Hollywood. The publishers of the encyclopedia put out a book each year called an annual. Plants that live only 1 year are called annuals. Annual. Our fifth vocabulary is persuade. 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 This is a verb which means win over to do or believe, or make willing. You can also say convince. Can you persuade him to give up his bachelor days and get married? No one could persuade the captain to leave the sinking ship. Beth's shriek persuaded Jessie that she was in real danger. Persuade. Now, for our last vocabulary in this episode, we have essential. 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 This is an adjective which means necessary or very important. The essential items in the cake are flour, sugar, and shortening. It is essential that we follow the roadmap. Several layers of thin clothing are essential to keeping warm in frigid climates. Essential. So that's it for today's episode. I hope you'll review these words. For our next episode, we're going to have the second half of words to learn in lesson 3, and we're going to use the 12 words in a passage. So have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much. See you again. Goodbye.